On Saturday, November 16th, 2024, a 27-year-old YouTuber turned professional boxer Jake Paul stepped into the boxing ring with the legendary Mike Tyson, who was over twice his age at 58. Before the fight, many thought Tyson would knock Paul out because he's a legend for sure. Meanwhile, some said it would be a waste of time because things would be scripted, just like those Netflix documentaries. However, the media and the final face-off when Tyson slapped Jake made things a lot more interesting. So what's the reality behind all this drama? Stick around till the end because I'll be sharing everything that no one else has covered yet. Here's a quick background on how it all started. It was back on November 3rd, 2023, when Netflix was thinking about streaming a boxing match with Jake Paul. Fast forward to March 7th, 2024, and it was officially announced that Netflix, together with Most Valuable Promotions, would host a massive event. Jake Paul would face none other than the legendary former undisputed heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson. The match was set for July 20th at the huge AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. However, as fans eagerly awaited this epic showdown, it got delayed because Mike Tyson had a tough time with an ulcer flare-up while on a plane. Then, it finally happened on November 16th, 2024. Here, let me tell you one thing that this fight was all hyped up because of the fans. I mean, why would anyone make a matchup between a 27-year-old YouTuber and a 58-year-old legend? Of course, Tyson is still in great shape, but the age gap was just a lot. Your body will not be the same at 58 compared to how it was in your prime. Still, fans wanted to see this fight, and Netflix made it happen. Here's a fact to show that this fight was all hyped up by the fans. The fight was streamed on Netflix and was watched by an average of 108 million people. With 65 million people watching at the same time, Netflix said that this fight became the most streamed global sporting event ever. Talking about the sponsors, names like Celsius, DraftKings Sportsbook, Experian, MetaQuest, and beer brand Spaten, Brazil, were plastered all over the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Before the fight, things got heated quite a lot. During the weigh-in, Jake Paul accidentally, or maybe on purpose, stepped on Mike Tyson's toes. Now, Tyson has foot problems from health issues like sciatica and doesn't like anyone messing with his feet, so he slapped Paul right across the face. Tyson later told the New York Post that he was just in his socks while Paul had shoes on, and it hurt a lot. At first, Tyson wanted to believe it was an accident, but then he started to think it might have been done on purpose because, as he said, "I was in a lot of pain. I had to respond." Meanwhile, people on social media were buzzing with their theories, saying Tyson slapped Paul because of a racist gesture. Some thought Paul was trying to be funny by crawling onto the stage like a gorilla, which upset Tyson even more. This was serious because comparing African Americans to non-human primates is really hurtful and wrong, especially in sports. The whole situation cranked up the drama before the fight. So what happened when they stepped into the ring? To be honest, I watched the fight and it was nothing more than boring. Yeah, seriously. I mean, the hype was a lot and so were the expectations. However, the reality was that an old man who'd not boxed in years couldn't move around as he used to. It was like watching two amateur fighters sparring with each other. Yes, there were some good blows from both sides, but nothing too exciting. This is just my personal observation. You may or may not agree with me, and that's fine. The fight was scheduled for 8 2-minute rounds. Both fighters came into the first round with a standard stance, ready to throw and take punches. As the match heated up, Tyson started to show signs of fatigue by the second round. It felt like his energy just kept slipping away in no time. Even though the fight wasn't filled with explosive action, it ended on a respectful note. Jake Paul, knowing he was sharing the ring with a legend, bowed to Tyson at the end of the last round. This was like a curtain call at the end of a blockbuster movie where both heroes acknowledge each other's strength. All three judges scored the fight for Paul, 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73. With this, Jake Paul ultimately won by unanimous decision. So how much did they earn? Netflix didn't announce the official numbers, but according to several reports, the total prize money for the match was a whopping $60 million. Forbes magazine shared that Jake Paul would be raking in a gigantic $40 million, while Mike Tyson would pocket $20 million. And let me tell you one thing, a ticket for this fight was priced at $304, and there were 72,300 fans in attendance. This means the total gate revenue was around $22 million. On one side where many people were excited about the fight, there were rumors all over social media that it was all scripted. In fact, a fake script was booming over the internet. This leaked document had people buzzing because it said Jake Paul would knock out Mike Tyson in round 5. Fans went wild with this exciting piece of news. But in reality, there wasn't any proof to back up the story. It reminded a lot of folks about a similar hoax before Jake Paul's fight against Tommy Fury. Back then, there were rumors too, but just like now, there wasn't any real evidence that the fight was scripted or planned. According to that fake script, Mike Tyson started off amazingly, showing off some incredible moves in the first few rounds. But then, Jake Paul slowly began to take control of the fight. Then, in round 5, Paul would throw a huge punch that would put Tyson on the ground and win the fight. However, when the real fight day came, things didn't go as the script suggested. Instead, the match was quite different. Let me know what you think of this whole fight in the comments section. Now, let's look at the controversies surrounding this fight. A lot of people, including me, thought it was unfair for Jake Paul to fight Mike Tyson because Tyson is so much older. Sean Strickland, a former UFC middleweight champion, posted on social media that the fight should be illegal, and even Dricus du Plessis, the current middleweight champion, agreed with him. KSI, another YouTuber who also boxes, said on Instagram that it was like elderly abuse. Netflix itself was also in hot water due to a bunch of technical troubles during the big live stream. Many people who tuned in were frustrated as they faced constant buffering issues, which made it tough to follow the action. Even microphones and earpieces seemed cursed, with boxing legend Evander Holyfield having a tough time hearing the host because of an earpiece glitch. This wasn't just a tiny snag, it was a big deal. According to Down Detector, about 90,000 viewers reported problems just an hour before Jake Paul and Mike Tyson hit the ring. It was like everything that could go wrong did. After watching the fight, I personally believe that Tyson would have never thought that he would enter the ring again at this stage in life, especially against a much younger opponent like Jake Paul. I've seen mixed comments on social media about the fight. Many said they lost respect for Tyson because he stepped into the right for $20 million despite knowing that he's way too old for this. On the other hand, a lot of people also praised Tyson for his courage and sportsmanship. Regardless of what people say, Netflix won big in this fight, both in terms of revenue and publicity. So this was the entire story behind the highly anticipated fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. If you haven't watched the fight or didn't know the background, then this video would have definitely helped you out. Let me know in the comments if you were satisfied with the fight or if you think it was all hype and no substance. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a big thumbs up to show us some support. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.